Canada coming off a loss this morning to Sweden. See how they bounce back tonight. Great crowd here on a Friday night in Las Vegas. Let's meet Team Germany. At lead, Ryan Sherrard. Playing at second stone tonight in the vice skip, Daniel Herberg. At third stone, Manuel Walter. And the skip is Alexander Baumann. They're taking on Team Canada. At lead, Tom Sallows. At second stone, Brett Gallant. Playing at third is Mark Nichols. And the skip for Team Canada is Brad Gushu. Let's have a look at the standings. The letter Q indicates teams that have already qualified. Sweden and Scotland go straight through to the semi-final. Canada is at 8-3. They've also qualified, followed by Norway. Up for grabs tonight, playoff spots. Korea, Switzerland, Russia, the United States, still with a chance to make the final six, followed by Italy, Netherlands, Japan, China, and Germany. We're going to keep an eye on all of these matches for you tonight. Playoffs still up for grabs. Sheet A, Italy's taking on the Netherlands. Russia versus Korea in a crucial game on Sheet B. Equally crucial on Sheet C, the home team, the United States, is taking on Switzerland. Our feature match on Sheet D, Germany faces Canada. We're at the Orleans Arena in Las Vegas, curling in the desert. Hans Fraunlab here, and I'm joined by Sander Rolva. Good evening to you, Sander.
Good evening, Hans.
What are you looking for in this one today? Team Canada's made a lineup change. Their last round-robin game, they've already qualified. How will they approach it?
Well, you know, I think it'll be quite a relaxed affair for both teams. Germany will unfortunately be at the very bottom of the standings, win or lose, but they could definitely finish the World Championship on a high note, beating Canada. While Canada, of course, getting to bring their fifth man on. Gives Jeff Walker some rest, and I think they'll just try and enjoy themselves out there in front of the crowds.
Well, nothing more exciting than playing on a Friday night in Las Vegas, I would imagine. Nice crowd here tonight as Gushu prepares for the action. Germany's actually earned last shot in the first end by a better last stone draw. Some sensational pre-game draw shots by the Germans. There's Alexander Baumann.
I think that might open up the game a little bit, just because Canada's not featuring their normal lineup, and Germany has hammer from the very start. Could be a little more open.
Germany will play the red stones. Canada will be playing the yellow stones tonight. End of the long road here. 12-game round robin. Final game in the round robin for both of these teams. Seeing his first action of the tournament, Tom Sallows.
Line's good. Hey, down. Good job. Good to get that one out of the way.
So it's good to get that one out of the way. First stone, you make it. It's a good way to start. For him, it's a tournament opener. Interesting call here, Sander, as Ryan Sherrard lines it up.
Yeah, don't see this very often. Looks to be a tick shot on the yellow center guard. Probably thinking it's a little bit high, a little bit long, so if you could just split them, they'll get two corner guards. Well, it's a bit wide for line.
Come into the rings.
Okay.
Ryan Sherrard pops out into the open. Two-thirds available on the inside, but Gushu is going to ask Sallows to come around the outturn side and sit on top of the German stone.
I think actually just calling a tight guard, in fact.
Okay, interesting. Okay.
We've seen this quite a lot from Canada without the hammer, throwing double center guards. This time it might be because the first one's a bit long and they just want a better one, but they've certainly been throwing double centers quite often just to really force the play. And of course they have nothing to lose tonight, so we might see a very aggressive Canadian team.
It's a good time to try things, isn't it?
Let go of that right here.
It is a guard. So you're exactly right, Sander.
Shot, Tom. Boy, Tommy.
And once again, double stacking center guards.
Blanchard is in fact Canadian. Sure, it would be fun for him to beat Canada.
Ja, Linie.
Lives in Munich now, but yes, born in Canada.
Nur 3. Hard Linie. Wanne 11. Nur 3. Ja.
Walter, Herberg
Komm, Tick.
trying to take this one as deep as they can. It's going to come up short of the rings.
Okay, right.
Well, quite a logjam on that center line in front of the house now.
That was a 14-7.
It's not a great result for Germany, also staggering the two tight center guards.
Brett Gallant started curling at the age of 4.
Yep, yep.
As so many Canadians do.
Hard. It's good. It's good. Over. Hard.
Comes from a curling family.
Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Oh, just grazing that top stone. Gushu confirming he feathered it going around. Have a look at in the replay. Watch this, Sander. The faintest of feathers.
Yep. Whoa. 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 Whoa.
Does leave the Canadian stone in the open.
Yep.
I was hoping to roll under cover, but ends up switching the task at hand on the way down, rolls to the wing.
Here are the rules of play. 10 end games, but they play 6 ends at a minimum. Each team has 38 minutes of thinking time to complete their shots. Each team has 1 60-second timeout.
Weight's good. Lean on the quiet side. Yep. Yes. Hard. Hard.
Sal's trying to hold the line. Hits half, rolls across to the board side. We're on a side sheet here. Nice crowd tonight in the Orleans Arena. Daniel Herberg.
Certainly if you're sat in row 1, you'll get some really close-up action.
Absolutely. Herberg hits and rolls out, so great chance now for the Canadians to use those center guards they set at the beginning of the end. Or the end of the beginning? No, beginning of the end.
I think it's good. Yeah, your hair slow, but your hit down here with sweep and.
Mark Nichols. Longtime teammate of Brad Gushu. A little interlude where went and joined Jeff Stoughton's team, had a break from the game, but paired up again. This team, the defending world champions, Sander.
Yeah, been quite successful ever since Mark Nichols made his way back, and with Gallant and Walker, two strong sweepers, and won 2 Briars back-to-back, and could go back-to-back gold medals at the Worlds as well.
Just on the tee line, half buried.
In 4.
Bauman indicating backline weight. Wants to move the Canadian stone. Manuel Walter.
Länger. Heckway. Heckway.
Sweeper saying it's more like hack weight. It's tracking a bit.
Daniel.
Now makes a move.
Hard.
Sweeping for curl. Does he have contact?
Fest.
Just a small piece pushes it behind the center.
I thought you were just a little. I agree, yeah. If I throw a couple feet less, it should.
Gushue and Nichols completing each other's sentences even. Brad said, I thought you were a little wide. Mark said, I know. Throw a couple less feet. It'll curl. Brad, yep. Take a look at the interval time, Sander. Explain this for us.
Yeah, it's basically an interval between the two hog lines. So two thick black lines in the ice. You'll see it very soon. That's the line you have to release your stone before, and your stone also needs to cross it to be in play. 14-1 should be close, but could be a tad pacey.
This one just sliding to the back of the button.
He's running pretty nicely tonight. Could even quicken up a wee bit with all the crowds in here. Could warm up the building, and then the air, and also the air ice temperature. See that happen sometimes.
And Walter now with a bit of a pocket to draw to. Germany does have the hammer here in the first.
Yeah, really big let off for Germany. That slips a hair too deep. Need to take advantage of it though.
This one again tracking a fraction wide.
Okay.
3 stones in the 4 foot now.
You want to throw the same weight as Brett did?
I like hack. I threw that hack waiter down here. Yep. I thought it was tight.
Yep, I agree. Threw it hard too, or harder.
But it was hack when it got there. But yeah, I just throw it a bit hard. Yeah.
Just comparing notes on stones they might have thrown in pre-game practice. Nichols Gallant always up giving input.
You know, he was a skip himself, won the Canadian Junior Championship, silver at the Worlds. So he'll always have some good input. He'll probably know what a skip wants to hear as well.
What a skip doesn't want to hear as well, I'm sure.
Yeah. It's really important to communicate, but not too much and not too little.
Brad Gushue, defending world champion, Olympic gold medalist in Torino in 2006.
Yep, light. Pretty close. Whoa. Looks good. Yep. Looks good. Yes. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Love a little inside roll.
Brett. Run.
And they get a little inside roll. Very nice shot by Brad Gushue. Canada lies 3.
Aufmachen ist zu spät, oder? Oder kriegen wir dann ein paar? Flammert hin!
Ja.
Probieren wir alle.
I'm just saying, how much can I see at the other end? Asking his teammates. Answer, not much. The brush placement there, Sander, do you think he's going to throw a running shot at the top stone?
It looks to be a bullet down the ice here. Just try and catch as much of that yellow as he can see.
Angled to jam. Maybe hoping to catch it thin enough to go across the top of the right-hand Yellowstone. Tough shot.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he'll get more than one yellow here.
Sauber! Whoa! 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 Money!
Nothing yet.
Money!
Actually hits the back stone. Wow. Spinning stones forward. Stuff going all over the place.
Tap it, no? Might leave him a shot,
You can get there.
Yeah.
Watch how close this comes when he actually hits the back stone.
Well, I was just thinking you could nudge it
Wow.
up. He still can draw there.
That's hard to do.
I know. Just tap it as sliver.
Yeah.
If I just draw there, it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, if you get a little split center line, I think it blocks them off too, a little.
Gushue making his way down to the hacked throw. Just going to try to promote the stone at the front of the button.
It's sliding pretty good for
Maybe an
draw
inch.
here. I mean, I got 90 on both the marks. Does that help you?
Okay.
But
Took a quick look at the out turn
Draw the button.
into the
yeah, I
button,
think
but
that's probably both.
deciding this is a better play.
Clean. That was close.
Go ahead.
Yep. Line's good. Yep. Yep. Line. Hard.
Worried more about the line than the weight right now.
Hard, Tom. Hard. Hard for line.
Line only.
Hard. Yep. Yep.
Salah's on the inside sweep.
What?
They're by the guards.
Bump it a bit, Brett. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Looking for a little bump. They get a little bump.
Big trouble for Germany.
Yeah, now you have to go on the outturn side. Draw it around that forest of granite in front of the rings. Come in almost sideways and get a piece of the pin. I suspect that Baumann will be thinking about getting to that stone just behind the tee line and maybe conceding one. He'd be pretty happy with that right now.
I think so too.
I thought they were calling like
No, they were.
Tough introduction to the game for Alexander Baumann.
Yep. Oh, no längre. No längre. No längre.
Curl.
Oh, curlen.
Curl. Curl, Ryan. Curl. Ryan. Ryan. Hard. Hard, Ryan. Hard, Ryan. No.
Well, pretty good attempt there by the Germans. It's one for Canada at least. They're going to look for second. It's pretty close.
Looks like one. I think red is better. Yep.
Well, Nichols and Harburg agree that the red stone is in fact second shot, so it's a single point. That's a pretty good result for the Germans in a very dire situation. Canada steals the point after one end of play. It's Canada 1, Germany no score.
Gleich noch mal interessiert. Ja, die haben jetzt auch nicht so viel Idee.
Tom Sallows gets it underway for the Canadians in the second end. We are live from the Orleans Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada at the 361 World Men's Curling Championship 2018.
Tight guard, guys.
Feature game this evening. Final game of the round robin is Canada versus Germany. Canada stole a single point in the first end, but Sander, don't think I've ever seen a team so happy only to give up a single point as the Germans were after that final stone of Baumann. It was a great shot.
There were huge trouble. Double center guards by Canada, and then obviously Germany came up short, overlapping guards. Canada just burying more and more in around that guard. I think they probably live with Canada scoring one in the first end.
Absolutely. It's looking like they could drop three. It's going to be an extremely long corner guard. Has to get all the way across that black line to be in play. It is. You can probably not only stack two behind those ones, you can stack three behind them. They're both really long. Tom Sellas.
Another tight center guard asked for. We're going double center guards again.
It's clearly the Gushu game plan. without the hammer.
Mine's good. Brett, if you can, if you got enough weight.
We did see that tactic this morning. Canada suffered a loss this morning at the hands of Nicholas Edin of Sweden.
Attaboy, Tom. Great job, buddy.
But in that game as well, Sander, clear, always stacking 2 centers. So very much the Gushu game plan. Ryan Sherrard being asked to draw around.
Linie ist gut, hat Platz. Ja, Linie. Nur Länge.
3, 4.
Komm, jetzt wird auch eng. Hart Linie. Nur Länge, Linie ist gut. 4. Good right.
Nice shot by Sherrard. Fully behind the guards and sitting nice and high in the house. Intense focus of Brett Gallant. Always looks like he's ready to drill a laser beam through the target brush with his eyes as he's delivering it.
Pretty good. Slide.
Where are you?
Top 8.
Whoa, whoa, just got 12, Mark.
Wait, don't wait.
Line's good.
Can't bounce with this line. Needs to be Tom's in if you have to sweep.
Whoa. Whoa.
Even with the double center guard play from Canada, they're not even top 5 in amount of steals, actually.
German coach Martin Weiser looking on.
Nur verschieben.
Sure, Germany might have had a chat about exactly that coming into the game, having seen Canada throw up those 2 center guards.
Canadian coach Jules Voucher getting a closer look at the action.
5. Ja. Linie ist gut, nur Länge.
I think it's really important to
Wo ist die Guard?
get a good shot stone in there. Top 4, top 8.
Freeze, leichter Tipp. Freeze, leichter Tipp.
Wow, hat keine Linie.
Leichter Tipp.
Wow.
Of course, the second stone there from Ryan Sherrard really helps a lot.
Yeah. Corner freeze to corner freeze. The angle formation going on here.
Well, you probably need here to lose this.
Oh,
Right here. I like that.
Bigger crowds in the building. 4 games of action going on. Sometimes you have to resort to the hand signals as opposed to yelling back and forth up and down the ice what you're wanting to do. It's Gallant
Pretty good.
sends this one on its way. Gushu said he needs to get to nose to kill all the shots. May not get to nose. Just off, but does spill both of the German shots and leaves Canada line 2.
A good exercise could be actually for your team back home in practice. Practice playing a couple of ends without making a single sound.
Let's
see what happens.
Oh, that's good advice. Daniel Herberg.
Yep.
You're playing in these arenas with thousands of fans. It's pretty noisy in here sometimes, and a very nice double takeout there by Daniel Herberg, and gets the inside roll as well. Nice back-to-back shots by the second players.
Yeah.
You can always crank up the stereo in the club as well if you wanted to.
Yeah, a lot of people like doing that when they're practicing anyways,
What
right?
was this doing in your
Some
draw
good
the button,
tunes.
Brett?
Nice, what you'd expect.
Yeah, same as this side?
Yeah, you
It's a
can
little
say we're
slower.
playing in the noise of curling clubs, and that's pretty noisy, and you get used to that, but try it with 6,000 or 7,000 fans roaring, and it's an entirely different thing, isn't it?
Yeah, also when there's other games going on, you know, the crowd might break out mid-slide.
Yeah. The noise could come at any time.
Lots of room.
Lots of weight here. Hair heavy.
Brett's in.
Back button.
Super's just guiding this one down, not laying a brush to it, just going to slide a fraction deep. Back 4 foot. Behind cover. There's Mark Nichols.
Threw it there, hey?
Well, no,
When I go in front of you.
Guess wrong.
Germany with hammer here in the second.
Linie ist ganz gut. 6 müssen wir, 6 müssen wir. Linie ist gut.
I like the line. Sweepers are really working this one, though. Might be a fraction light.
Komm schon, komm, go.
Trying to take it as far as they can. Just short of shot rock position, sitting fully buried in the 8-foot circle, but it's second shot.
Mine was right where I thought it was, and you thought it was, so I think.
Yeah, I got an 84 on yours.
Let's take a live look at a crucial game between Switzerland and the USA. One stone in the rings. Greg Persing here with a chance to score 2. There's a stone in the back of the rings.
Top 4. Hey, wait, don't wait.
2 for sure.
Wait, don't wait.
Top 8.
Red, Jensen, or Tom, whoever you are.
Makes it. And that stone in the back is off, so it is a 2-point end for the USA. They lead it 2-0. After a mid-tournament losing streak, Sander, Team USA getting on a late roll. Let's look in at Russia and Korea. Final stone to come for Kim Chang-min. This game also playoff implications. Korea win this game, they're in.
민차 준비해. 민차 준비해. 비슷해. 민차.
Oh, jams. Might only be a single point. They're going to take a look at it. We'll update the score when we get confirmation.
Thank you.
Yes, single point. Korea scores 1. Very close to getting a pair, but 1-0 for Korea after 2 ends of play.
We just saw a really nice slash double by Manuel Walter.
Try not to go early.
Lifted both those Canadian stones on the forefoot. Still prove trouble though if Gushu is able to sink one in here.
Top 4. Wait, don't wait.
Lots of front stones for Gushu, but a bit of pressure now. 2 German stones in the rings.
Whoa, needs to be Tom.
Lots of room. Go ahead, Tom. And go back forward.
Hard.
Hang on to the
Gotta
board.
curl it.
Back here.
Hard, gotta go.
Trying to get maximum cover here, trying to sweep it as far as they can for curl. Winds up in the back of the button. 3/4 buried.
3/4 buried anyway.
Yeah. Gushu confirming it, 3/4 buried. Herberg saying, how much can you see at the other end?
Der ist nicht so schlimm. Muss er knapp vorbei mit der Länge, oder?
Backline. Backline.
Weißt du?
Yeah. Just gonna bump it to the back.
Backline weight is the call.
Ja, ich denke vorne,
If you're new to the game, that's throwing stone hard enough to reach the back line at the far end. Just enough momentum to push the Canadian stone back 3 or 4 feet.
Yeah, probably just looking to push it back to sit 2. I think it's all too ambitious to try and tap it through the house. Got to make sure you get to the face of the yellow here. Better to underthrow and get to nose here than overthrow it and just slip off and roll out.
Whoa.
Sauber. Yep.
Whoa.
Yep. Hard.
Oh, great shot by Baumann.
Indeed, they actually do tap it all the way out.
Yeah, maybe a little extra weight than they were looking for, but Herberg reading the line well. Had to sweep at the end to just get it by the stone on the top, but that little bit of extra weight from Baumann pops the shooter into the open.
Does put the pressure on Gushu though. He's going to have to make this roll.
Germany with the hammer here in 2.
just came up a bit.
Yeah, we can't go by that, though. He threw it much differently than I did.
That's good. Board.
Board.
Clean. Whoa. Whoa. Still board. Whoa. Yep.
Good
Hard.
board.
Whoa. Yep.
It must be close.
Yep. Yes. Hard. Hard. No roll. Yep.
Just a fraction too much roll for this front cover, but is a sliver available for Bauman to maybe make a pick at it.
Shot, huh?
What?
Shot.
Yeah, he's got a small. Yep. Whoa. Yep. Yes.
Calling for the sweep late, making a big move. Wanted to stop right there, but it just rolls an extra rock with. Canada lies 1. But is there a chance for Bauman to make a play at it? Yes, we can just see a corner of it, Sander. Similar kind of weight to the last shot, do you think?
Yeah, I think so. Potentially for 3.
Hard. Bisschen mehr. Sauber. Sauber. Bisschen mehr. Sauber. Whoa.
Not laying a brush to it yet.
Whoa.
This one's got lots of weight. It's got lots of curling to do, too. No, it's going to go by the Canadian stone, and it will be another steal for the Canadians. Just that little bit of extra weight from Alexander Bauman made it track a bit straighter. Chance for 3 is gone. It's another steal for the Canadians after 2 ends of play. It is now Canada 2 and Germany no score.
Yep, and then he said, whoa, and then I kind of second-guessed myself.
I'd rather do that.
Oh, yeah.
Than, like show them different sides.
Das macht er jetzt dann, glaube ich. Naja, viel Erfolg noch. Bis später.
Brad Gushu. We are in fabulous Las Vegas. Brad Gushu has a good look at the giant screen at the far end of the Orleans Arena. Fantastic venue here. We're live at the 361 World Men's Curling Championship. Glad you're with us. Canada 2-0 lead after 1. They're doing it kind of stealthily, stealing their way. Germany's had the hammer from the outset. Hans Fromm up here with Sander Rovag. Big opportunity there for the Germans, went begging. And do they shift gears now?
Well, I think Canada will. Well, I was going to say just come into the house here, but they're still going to throw a tight center guard.
You called the high one, right?
Yeah, leave it high again. Yeah.
Tom said, remember not
But they'll leave it high. So I'm not. I wasn't 100% sure if the double center guards were the call on both the first 2 ends, but we have seen them do that before. Sometimes it's just a consequence of the first one being too long. I think that might be the case in this end. Not sure if we're looking for 2 center guards, but then again, they're having fun out there. This game doesn't mean very much to Canada, so might as well go out there and play.
Ryan Sherrard, German lead.
Linie gut.
In one of those situations where
Whoa,
you can experiment a bit.
Turn right. Good.
Corner guard.
Yeah, I always thought it'd be fun to play a tournament where you just go all out aggressive every end of the whole, championship or tournament or spiel,
I'm
just to
with
see
you.
what happens.
Absolutely.
Because very Well, the biggest part of curling is really putting pressure on your opponent. So if you make the aggressive calls, you will get more misses, but of course, then when you stop making your own shots, that's when it becomes all a bit too risky.
Well, if I think about the teams at this tournament, Sander, I immediately think of Korea's Kim Chang-min as a team that loves playing that high-risk game a lot. And there are the two center guards.
That's probably why that Korean team is a little bit inconsistent as well. You're not going to win every game.
Yes.
Doing that, it's just, it doesn't work.
It's fun, but it doesn't always work. Ryan Sherrod, Canada again. Two center guards, stacked perfectly just off the center line.
And what they're effectively doing is just stopping Germany from using their corner guard. They're keeping all the play down the center lines. It's just a wasted stone, that corner. We'll see if Germany ends up getting to use it, but that is now a lot less likely by dropping another center guard, very similar to the first end.
That's a very good point, Sander. Why throw a corner guard if you're not going to use it? And by Gushue throwing center guards, really acting as a magnet for the Germans. They cannot avoid looking at it, and they go around.
Whoa, it's gone. Light. Tight guard. Hard. Top 12. Tight. Hard. Whoa.
Well, the center line pileup continues.
That was really soft.
Oh well. I think we might get a score on this end.
Got to get one to the rings first.
Just a shade slower than your split going
Baumann will look to come around his own red stone. Those yellow Canadian stones lined up to maybe be run back later on in the end. Daniel Herberg, most experienced player on this German team.
Linie ist gut.
Ja.
Hat Platz. Hat Platz. Rein.
Right on
Rein.
side.
Hier. Komm. Go.
Sherrard and Valter drag that one into the full 8 foot. Nice shot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nearly fully buried.
Yeah, look,
There we go.
you leave a piece open on this side too, right? You can throw. Okay.
Mark Nichols being asked to come around the intern side. Sorry, my apologies, Brett Gallant.
Looks a little better.
Whoa, wait, don't wait.
Top 8, top 4.
Bit of room.
Line's good. Top 8.
Wait, don't wait.
Hard
Top
line.
8.
Oh, yeah. Where are you? Top 8.
You got room.
Whoa.
Yep, stay down. Go ahead, Mark. Full for it.
Go for it, says Gushue.
Whoa.
Drag it in there for shot. Nice shot.
That one carries way better control, right? Carries way better. Where are you? Top 8.
You got room.
Whoa.
Yep, stay down. Go ahead,
And
Mark. Full for it.
go for it.
Full for it. Whoa.
Attaboy.
That's good. Sweet.
Great result.
That one carries way better.
Just, that first motion.
Yep. Oh.
6.
Yep.
Harberg has a silver medal from the World Championships,
Komm hier.
or chip,
Whoa.
in Gävle, Sweden, 2004.
Yep.
Played third for Sebastian Stock, lost to Pale Lindholm.
That was in Gävle. That was quite a tournament. And great performance by the Germans in that tournament.
Never won a World Championship, Germany, on the men's side. 5 silvers, 5 bronze medals. The last silver was 2007. Handicap, losing out to Glenn Howard.
And Andreas Kapp, very popular
Like
curler.
that. Right behind it.
Seen him here in Las Vegas this week.
Yeah, right there.
Here
It's
for the
fine.
curling.
Past ours, hey?
I believe lost to 4 in the first end.
Yours
Edmonton.
carried pretty
That's
good
tough.
there.
Especially so in a gold medal game.
You're on my second one, or?
as you'd imagine in the World Championships, as Mark Nichols delivers.
We're a little light.
It's a veritable constellation of curling stars here. John Schuster and his U.S. Olympic gold medal team are back in town. Look at the coach benches.
Yeah,
We've got
back here, even if it's third. Go.
Olympic champions, world champions. Kevin Martin here this week, inducted into the World Curling Hall of Fame.
I wonder if the Schuster team's been USA's lucky charms, because they really picked up the pace.
Well, it's like the Persinger team has taken a page out of their Olympic playbook. Get yourself in trouble in the round robin and then finish strong.
Could be.
Team Schuster, as Germany's looking this one over. They have been all over America after their gold medal game. Took a venture into the world of baseball yesterday, throwing the opening pitch at the Minnesota Twins home opener. And if you haven't seen the video online yet, I do suggest you take a look. Tyler George with one of the most devastatingly awful first pitches ever, nearly cross-firing with John Schuster and knocking over one of the Minnesota players trying to catch it. Two balls coming at the guy at the same time. It was quite good. So maybe no baseball career for John Schuster's team, but Olympic champions. Well, not too much going here for the Germans. There's two Canadian stones, leaving them with little choice other than to run Canadian stones in. Here's how they're lined up. Just going to try to hit the top one just off nose. Yellow, 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 red. Here we go. Yellow, 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 nothing.
Okay.
That's the wrong side of it. Just ever so slightly.
So real trouble now for the Germans. Chance for Canada to lock away the path to the button on the intern side. Large Canadian contingent here have made the trip to Las Vegas. Let's look in live. Russia, Korea. 3 Korean stones in the rings. Final stone for Russia's Alexei Timofeyev.
I believe playing the hit and roll here, actually.
Wow. Has to be really precise. It's on the nose. We're going to look at it. Close results of both games. No confirmation yet. Nichols made the draw round. They are going to ask for a measure. And when the players can't agree on who's closer, they can call the official on the ice to measure it. That's what they'll do. We'll confirm the score for you later. Back in our feature match. Manuel Walter. Trying to wedge a stone in there somehow. This one over curling. It's going to sit in front of the stone just thrown by Nichols. And 3 Canadian stones in the forefoot, surrounded by red German stones. Gusha saying, well, they've still got that run in.
He doesn't have much of it. Like, he's the only guy.
Another very important game. Let's look in live now. USA,
Hard to
Switzerland.
get it in there. We're probably just going to leave it there.
Red stone
That's
belonging to the
straight shot to get
Swiss. Looks like they might be lying one at the back of the button. Lots of stones clustered in that forefoot. It's a party in the forefoot.
Okay. Have that yellow foot.
Swiss are trying to run that center stone back, Sander, and go yellow-red and maybe spring and get a couple that way. Lots of weight. spills his own stone across. It's only a single point for the Swiss. So close to a multiple point end there. USA hanging on to a 2-1 lead. Shake of the head from Mark Pfister. That was close.
I would think it's going to be.
I would think too. They get out here though?
I don't know, but again.
Oh, just looking at the broom placement.
I'll give you about 4 feet more than
I like that.
a normal path.
Looks like
So
Canada's
kinda
coming
top
around again.
12 on its own, maybe a little short.
That'll be good.
I think you'll see some teams just plug the hole here with a guard, but
Down a good path, I mean. I
keeping
wanted
the
out of room.
fit on the pedal. I think a guard is a good plan B, though. If you ever pull up a bit short.
Stay down, it's going over something. Line's good.
Halfway. Half.
Yep. Yep, stay down, Tom.
Gusha was a bit worried about some debris.
Let it stop.
Whoa, whoa,
Let it
it's
stop.
good,
Let
it's
it
good. Whoa, 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 whoa.
So it's just a guard, in fact.
Covering the path to the tap. Well, it seems the only shot left for the Germans would be angle tap on the red. There's the confirmation that the Koreans did in fact steal the point in that game against Russia, giving Korea a 2-0 lead. Crucial game. Sander, if they tap red, they're still going to give up a steal, aren't they?
Yeah, I don't see much else than maybe tapping the left corner guard into the button for a score.
Bitte?
One lonely stone out of play.
Wenn er das auf.
14 other ones in play.
Die Guard spielen.
Maybe both yellow?
He's going to play big weight here. Is he hoping, thinking maybe?
Catch a thin hammer at triple it.
Yeah.
Gee whiz, that would be a sensational shot.
Not sure if the angle's there, but seems like he's going to give it a go.
Buckle up, sports fans. This one will be moving.
Ich sehe den echt nur.
I think Baumann just realized he can't see very much from the hack.
Sometimes the shot's just not there.
No, he's going for it.
All right. Not huge weight. Certainly enough to move rocks.
Yeah! Whoa, whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Well, reduces the damage a bit, but is still 2 points for the Canadians. They are looking pretty good here, and now they can really lock the Germans out. Cleared the guard by a fair margin. Pushed one Canadian stone sideways, left themselves sitting
25%, wo ich sag's dir.
front button, front forefoot rather.
See anything else real creative? Yes.
She's throwing a guard sign. Do you see anything else they
I
can
think
play?
just guarding the
I don't see much else.
tap.
Red, yellow, red tap, maybe straight up the
Only got
middle,
an
but
inch of it.
nothing easy.
I don't see anything else. What else do we do? What's that?
An embarrassment of riches for the Canadians.
The only shot he's going to be forced to play is just in off, just one to the right one.
Yeah,
Or the run back, red.
yeah.
But
Let me just see, does he get shot if he played like a...
Question you always ask yourself in this situation:
You
if
might
I
be
don't
able
throw
to
the
make
rock
this
at
for
all,
2,
what happens?
maybe.
We're counting that one, right?
Yeah. Like he'd have to hit it on this.
Yeah, like
part.
I'm not even sure. I'm more concerned about that. From down there, he can't score. He can see an inch.
It's the same piece he scores.
It's the same piece.
I think it pulls this
Yeah,
way.
it does. It pulls for sure. Yeah.
I mean, we can guard that and let him play it.
Like,
If
you
you're
can only
guarding
see an
this, you
inch
want to
of it,
throw
right?
it above that so he doesn't have it to run it in, right? I guess.
Oh yeah, it's only for one if he's running it in.
I don't mind leaving that.
We can.
Like, play this too.
Even in this situation where
Yeah.
things are set up so well,
Yeah, I'd
Sander,
rather do that. Like if we get it in here, then it's not there.
they're focusing on every possibility not to let Germany score two.
Same
thing, you put it up here.
What's that?
Same thing. You
I'm talking about this. We take both away if we're like right here. Don't we?
Yeah. Almost got to freeze to take the slash away, but it's a tough shot anyway.
You might be overthinking this. Like,
I like it. It's fine, yeah.
You might be
Option
overthinking
short.
this.
Well, it's either we try to freeze or just throw it short.
That was kind of my thought as well.
Go up here.
Just try and find the easiest shot for Germany and take it away.
in off top. There.
Right now, the easiest shot for
No,
Germany is that
there for
ankle
you.
tap.
I think what they're trying to do here is guard both that and
Have him throw
the in off
what's
of
he
the
doing out here?
right corner guard seen from the hack.
I agree.
No, I'm thinking line. That's what I'm worried about.
Of course, they know if they end up stealing a point or two
I'm
here,
wondering if it's not enough.
or 3 or 4 up on Germany, they can just start peeling guards. So
Where are you going? You going in or?
No,
not
I
too
just
worried
think
about the time, I think.
If we're going in, we got to go right to it. The
So
same
after a
weight,
long discussion, Brad Gushu says, I want to throw this one in the 8-foot.
Clean that. Same weight.
Let it work a bit.
Bit around.
Halfway or
Line's
higher.
good. Line's
A little
good.
higher than halfway.
Yep. A little bit, Tom.
Halfway. Oh, no. Go
Clean,
higher
clean,
now.
clean, clean, clean.
I'm just going to leave it short of the rings, taking away the path. Nothing wrong with that. So, Alexander Baumann lining up the red angle run in.
Ja, ja. Nee,
Gushu looking on. Here's a great look at it. If you could get
oder den?
red to the 3/4 of red, possibility, a slim one that he could move both Canadian stones off
Ich glaube, der ist leichter.
the 4-foot.
Ich komme mit der gleichen Länge, oder? Auch so, oder?
It's about a 5%er though, isn't it, Sander, in terms of contact, maybe a 10% shot in terms of probability of making it.
Yeah, I think it'll be close to contact.
Meiner war gerade
Question
80,
is-
oder?
Deiner war 80er.
Komm mal
They can certainly hit one Canadian stone. Can they stick it, is the question.
Can you ever run it in, double the L's, spin the guard kind of up, catch a little piece,
Could
score
happen.
2?
Could happen.
Might lose a lot of momentum though, catching us thin, so we'd need to throw pretty hard.
It's on its way. Final stone of event number 3 for Alexander Baumann, trying to run it in from the angle.
Sauber! Sauber! Sauber!
It's got a piece. Bumps the Canadian stone, but it is yet another steal of 1 for the Canadians. Baumann got some motion. Not enough.
Just didn't throw it hard enough, really.
Gushu with a smile. Alexander Baumann saying, I've had to throw a lot of tough shots, guys. Canada leads it. 3-0 after 3.
Mann, oh Meter.
Tom Sallows in the game tonight for Canada at the lead position. Gets us underway in the fourth end. Germany's had the hammer the entire game. Haven't scored. Canadians have stolen every end. We are live in the Orleans Arena, Las Vegas, Nevada. Curling in the desert on a Friday night in Vegas.
Good sweep, boys.
361 World Men's Curling Championship. Comes from here with Sander Rovag. Sander. Alexander Bauman, every time he climbs in the hack, it seems tonight, he's looking at a pile. Canada, though, throwing this one in the rings with a 3-point lead. Maybe it'll be a bit different this end.
Yeah, I think it'll be a little bit more open. They might actually get a chance to use that corner guard that they're throwing up. That's a bit of a curse of the hammer so far for Germany. You know, if they score a 2 here, it's game on, and you never know. They might be doing better without it. Sometimes that just changes the momentum.
It's true.
They can throw the double center guards in Canada's face and start stealing.
Like that. Line's a little wide. Got to curl the hair. Real tight.
Jeff Walker, the regular lead for Canada. It's the alternate this evening. Nothing wrong with Jeff, just getting a rest before playoff Saturday.
Easy. Hard.
Did have a bad shoulder at some point, I believe. You remember back to the Brier final, or the week even, and St. John's last season. Didn't even sweep the winning shot. It's hurting so much.
And offer big encouragement to his teammates. Ryan Sherrard. It's a big week. 13 teams in this World Championship this year. So it means an extra round robin game, 12 games in the round robin. It's a lot of curling. Canada will be playing in the morning tomorrow. Regardless of the result of this game, they cannot finish in the top 2 and go directly to the semifinals. So they will be playing one of the qualifier games tomorrow morning. Brett Gallant, 86%.
Just hold Tom. It's half. Yeah, it's
Let it stop.
trying.
Good. Doesn't need a curl. Line's good.
Shot, Brett. Boy, Brett.
They're all stacked up.
Throw.
2 corner guards stacked, 3 centers stacked. Pretty nice shooting, Sander.
Yeah, trying to remember the last time I saw a game with that many guards. Had quite a few of them in the first 4 ends.
Yep.
Harburg clears. Stone's a bit more spread out here in the fourth. Not quite the cluster in and around the 4-foot that we've seen in the first 3 ends.
Line's a little tight on this
This
one.
is the kind of play we might see a bit more of next season when we move to the 5-rock rule.
Well, easy,
Because
Tom.
we won't be able
Just
to
heavy clean, Tom. Heavy
peel the
clean.
first 2 corner guards coming up when you without hammer. So you might be forced to throw a center guard or 2.
Yep.
And play aggressively.
Line's good. Go. Stay on it. Get a little deeper.
Shooting, Brett.
Good shot.
Let's look in live at Russia, Korea. Korea leading this one 2-0.
Yep.
There's a redstone just to the right of Glukov that may or may not be on the ring. So this could be a shot for 2 or it could be a blank, depending on if that stone's on the rings. Quiet weight being thrown here by Timofeyev, so he thinks it's probably on. Nose hit. And they kick the stones away. It is in fact a 2-point end for the Russians. They tie it up. 2-2 after 4.
Throw the out. This looks like it's in the way.
Okay. It isn't, but
Halfway? Yeah.
With Nichols. 87% for the tournament.
Line's a little tight, Brett. Where is it?
A little high.
Okay, Tom, get in there.
No, line's fine.
Okay, over and off. Just get it over.
Line's
Just
fine.
get it over. Just get it over.
That's good.
It's fine.
And
It's
they
fine.
do get it over that black hog line.
He was questioning it.
Has to be completely across that line to be in play.
Also fehlt so ein Stück.
Aber der vom Alex
Bitte?
hat so viel gekalt.
Da fehlt.
Der geht. Das ist, der liegt so viel über der Hop.
Yeah. Back line.
Wenig Eis, oder?
Like are being set
Noch ein bisschen
so
mehr,
long.
oder?
I know Walter looking for a little bit more ice. He has to play backline weight. 75% for the tournament for Manuel.
Sauber.
Yep.
Ja.
Oh, oh. Yeah. Yeah.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay.
Over curls, crashes the center guard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wire over there?
I don't want to be over too much because it gives them more to draw around.
7 stones short of the rings. 1 rock in the rings.
Like, he's probably going to draw at some point. We just don't want to be on that side of center.
I'd say Germany has enough corner guards.
Yep.
Still haven't quite been able to use them.
That's better. That's halfway at least. Tight. Tight.
Whoa.
Lots of weight.
Another guard being requested by Brad
No,
Gushu.
it's not in.
Line's
Tight,
not good
tight
though.
guard though. Might be in.
Line's
Close. How's their line doing?
It needs a curl.
Not in now.
It needs a curl.
Tom.
Go ahead.
Tom.
Go ahead, Tom.
Go ahead, Tom.
easy. Whoa.
Go ahead. Go
ahead,
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Hard.
8 guards.
Oder ihn rein.
Oder rum. Geh doch rum, oder? Genau, Ziele ein. Ja, hier. Vorne 4. Vorne 4.
Looking to come right around, do you think, Sander?
Yeah, switching gears now, thinking it's too late to tidy up. Might as well try and come around here.
Ja, Linie. Ja, Linie, hart. Hart, Linie.
First rock over curled.
Hart.
Have to work to get this stone by that stone in the front of the 8 foot. And this one was also over curling. Just sits against it. Interesting to see what Gushu's choice is going to be here. If Walker up on the bench having a rest tonight, sitting beside Rick Lang. Coffee in front of him. Life's good. Looks like Gushu wants to run back the center stone.
What's this gonna do?
Stays on this side of center, pretty straight, don't you think? The crosses will start to go.
What do you think, Brett? Gonna run pretty straight.
Yeah, I think you might get an inch though, right where you're on center kind of thing.
You want to take a hair more, or?
Gushu looking to Gallant for advice on
I like that ice there.
how much this is going to curl. 85% for the tournament for Brad Gushu. Not getting a brush to it yet.
Whoa!
Picks it clean. Very nice shot. Gave the sweepers a rest. Made it perfect.
Curled a little bit. Curled me.
Curled an inch, says Brad. Very nice.
Whoa!
Even nudges his own stone forward an inch. And Canada's lying 1 buried. Playing in the 4th end of this 10-end game. Look at the scoreboard. 1-1-1. All steals by the Canadians. Alexander Baumann at 68%. It's been a tough week for the Germans.
9, 10. Geht ein bisschen runter jetzt, 9.
Got it.
9.
Got it.
Well by the guard. This one is going to slide past the tee line. How deep will it go? It's going to slide all the way to the back of the 12-foot.
War der?
Once again, Germany leaving the door wide open for Canada. Brad Gooch, you say, just draw to the button.
Button?
Yep. Top 4 even.
Yeah.
I think top 4 is probably even better than top button. He's not going to be able to outdraw it. He might have enough room.
Gooch, you tell him go ahead. Top 4 foot's actually where I'd like it. Green light on the stone. Tells us it's a legal throw. It's the hot line detector on the
Line's
rocks.
good. Pretty good. Close. We got room.
Top button. Top 4.
Wait, don't wait. Line's good. Still by.
Weight judgments in the hands of Gallant and Salas.
Go ahead. Yep.
Just like he drew it up. Top 4 foot. Fighting the front button. Very nice. And again, Alexander Baumann going down to throw his final shot. Looking at a tough one.
Hinten 18, 12.
It's really a mistake on his first one. Sanders made the second shot difficult, hasn't it?
Yeah, and that has happened with Baumann's first stone earlier in the game as well. So it's not only his team letting him down, is not really setting it up for himself on his first stone either.
He's going to have to just squeak the guard to push the Canadian stone out of the 4-foot circle and stick around for a single point himself. Falter, Sherrard on the brush.
Hard right.
Trying to get this stone to curl. It's well by the guard. It's going to hit the outside of the Canadian stone, and yet again, another steal for the Canadians. This time a steal of 2. 2-point steal, Germany. Shaking his head, Alexander Baumann. Nothing working tonight. Everything working for Canada. After 4 ends of play, it's 5-0 for Canada.
Don't care.
Doing any mini.
You want to play third, don't you? Yeah.
Jeff Walker off the bench. Back into the game for the Canadians. They're making a lineup change. It's Mark Nichols now going to be given a rest. Tom Salas staying in the game.
Brett's playing third. Brett's playing second.
Who's throwing what?
I'll take twice on you.
Well,
So Mark Nichols takes his place on the bench beside Coach Jules Oucher. Canada comfortably in control, so feel like they have the freedom to make changes at will here.
I feel like that was maybe planned also.
Could be.
Potentially.
Yep, that would make sense.
And maybe they were planning to make that swap in halftime, but seeing how this game might not go 10 ends now, that 5-point lead, taking that switch a bit earlier, perhaps.
Who's playing where?
Who's playing where, says Gushu. Who's on first? What's on second? I don't know. Third base. Ryan Sherrard.
I think it'll probably make sense to see Brett Gallant play third. He did do that for 2 full seasons before Nichols rejoined Gushu.
So Jeff Walker might get a chance to put his hitting shoes on. Normally playing at lead, but Tom Salos remains at lead this evening.
Wait only, guys.
Soft and release. Have to pinch it a bit. Got to
Jeff's
curl
in.
the hairs, yeah. Got to curl.
Jeff's in.
Germany persisting with the corner guard strategy.
That'll work a bit. Go ahead, Jeff. Go ahead.
Hasn't worked so far.
Come on. Come on, get your arm before you throw. Sweet, boys. Good.
Wonder what would happen if all the teams flipped their lineup. Played all the same games again. Who would have the stronger team?
He's saying that there are a lot of wannabe skips at the lead position, Sander.
Well, it's not very unnatural for a lead to skip up, take the step up to skip, like John Schuster did.
Exactly right. John Schuster made that leap, no doubt. And at this level, really every player in the lineup has to have every shot, regardless of what your playing position is.
Okay.
Little tic tap. Stones in the free guard zone area, so Germany pushes it into the rings. 2 corner guards for the Germans now. Mark Nichols just put his feet up now. While Jeff Walker comes into the game.
A lot of line right now. Tom's in. We're not going to guard it. Get it as tight as you can.
This one quite a wide track. Gushu saying we're not going to guard it.
Get it center line. Get it center line. Okay.
Glenn Zeller saying, well, we're going to try to get it there. Leaves it open. So finally a chance for the Germans to make a play on the Canadian Rock.
And ironically, Jeff Walker only got to throw a guard.
That's right. Put me at second, you're having me throwing guards? What's with that? Herbert looking for a little roll. Just noses it. Okay, now's your moment, Jeff. You feel a hit coming on.
This is pretty good here. It's good curl. Nice. Good board.
Here's Jeff Walker.
Solid
Yeah.
board. Pretty good, though.
Yeah.
Now we're heavy. Little heavy.
All right. Whoa.
Clean. Long way here.
Whoa. Yep. Whoa.
Little roll.
Whoa. Good.
Boy, Jeff.
Half undercover the corner guard. Jeff says, yeah, I can do that.
I think they wanted to roll under the corner just to take away the path for Germany. Tough for them to get it underneath that red guard now. Normally you want to roll behind the center guard, but it would just be the 12 foot, so Germany could ignore it and just come around the corner. So that's why rolling to the wing.
Yep. Go.
For the guard. Push the Canadian Stone out of the rings. Nice shot there by Daniel Herberg. Brett Glenn now throwing third stones.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. Water weight. Yeah, I think we might lose them both. Curl a bit. Nope, we're good.
Spills out of the rings. Well, let's look live now. Russia, Korea. 4 Korean stones in the rings, 1 Russian stone in the back. This is a potential shot for 5 for Kim Chang-min.
Depends if he's going.
He's going to jump off his own.
Could be, potentially, might be easier. Yeah, I think so, with that kind of weight.
If he makes this, it would be a 4. Gotta get by the top stone. They're by it. Great shot there by Kim Chang-min. Fist pump from Sung Se-hyung. It's a 4. Korea leads at 6-2. Huge. Huge for the Koreans. Looking at USA, Switzerland.
10 and a half, 10.
2 Swiss stones in the ring, so
Wait.
the force achieved by the Swiss and Greg Persinger hitting stick.
Jeff's in if you need to sweep. Go ahead. Bill. Hurt. Okay. You're good. You're good.
Nice shot there by Greg Persinger. Single point for the USA. They lead it 3-1 after 5. Trying to keep their playoff hopes alive.
Yeah, pretty important games. Korea and Switzerland in charge of their own fate. If they win, they're through. Russia and USA will have to win their games to have a chance.
Pretty good. Maybe just a hair full, but I thought it was nice and straight.
It felt like a good throw? Yeah, but it felt outside the line.
Yeah.
Bisschen Speed brauchen wir schon.
80.
2 Canadian stones in the rings.
Nur 80.
Okay.
Admiral Walter. Trying to get this through the port center?
That's what I'm trying to figure out myself. That's fairly snug. But maybe the double and slide through.
Go.
Well, he does do that. Puts a stone on the rings into third shot position. Kills 2 front stones in the process.
Hair, but it's pretty good. Just depends how long it sits. It just seems to come down a bit if it sits for a few minutes, but not bad though. Just like a quarter or 2. Yep.
Tom Sells catching Jeff Walker up on the characteristics of the ice.
Little less. Would like to get it to bite center line.
Let's catch you up on all the games. Italy, Netherlands tied at 1. Korea with a 6-2 lead now over Russia. USA leading Switzerland by a score of 3-1 in our feature game. Canada leading Germany 5-0.
Easy for line, easy.
It's been a pretty cruisy evening for Brad Gushu.
Jeff.
Yeah, mostly throwing guards.
Yeah. It's a good night at the office when you're just throwing guards.
Hard. A little bit. Hard.
A couple of other really nice come-around draws as well.
Talking about flipping the lineup, I believe the Norwegian team of Team Ulrud did that in a championship or a tournament in China for a bronze game.
How'd that work for him?
Well, Robert Peterson ended up just throwing guards anyway. Just protecting whatever was in there, and I think they stole every end.
Albert Peterson, normally the lead player for Thomas Ulrud team.
Yeah, so he's probably thinking, finally I'll get to play some cool shots, and I was just guarding.
Guard all day.
Guard.
No, he knows how to throw guards. Does Alexander Bauman know how to get one in here?
So if you're a skip and you're only throwing guards in a game, you're either cruising or in lots of trouble.
Real trouble. Exactly right. Just a sliver visible for Baumann.
Yep.
At this stage, I suspect the Germans just want to get themselves onto the scoreboard.
Hold.
Whoa, whoa.
Yup. Yup.
Yep, yep.
Hard.
Hard.
Yup. Yup.
Oh, very nice stone by Alexander Baumann. Very nice shot. Leaves himself in the open. Gushue will have a play.
Haven't really seen anything this way. You think there with board, is that enough?
Watch how close this comes to the guard.
Hard. Yup. Yup. Yup.
Yep, yep.
Hard.
Hard.
Yup. Yup.
Super shot.
Oh, we can get a little bit of a roll. That looks like a lot, actually. Yeah.
Lots of places the Canadians can roll this
Probably
stone.
closer to here.
Same height?
Yeah.
Gushue just letting Gallant know he's just going to alter the weight they originally talked about.
Just board? Easy board, heavy hot. Well,
Yep.
hard.
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 Hard, Tommy.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Right in the nose. Canada lies 3.
Curl a bit there. Ready? What? Curl a little bit there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. A little lighter than actually I even wanted. Probably perfect.
Anyway, yeah.
So by no means an easy shot for Alexander Baumann, but compared to what he's been throwing all night,
30, 40, hä?
Nase reicht, oder?
much more straightforward shot, but it will only be for a single point. Can see about 7/8 of the target rock. Last stone on its way, 5th end.
Yep. Yep.
Germany trying to get on the scoreboard.
Hard. Hard. Hard.
Falter trying to hold the line straight.
Okay.
Oh, they just get it by. It's a single point for the Germans. Makes the nose hit. Germany's on the board. Canada rolling along. Force achieved for Brad Gushue. At the midpoint, Canada 5, Germany 1.
Aber nur mal zum Abgeben. Blöd.
Hä? Gehen wir jetzt erstmal in die Pause?
Ja.
Wir haben ja nicht mal einen Kaffee geholt.
Sagen kannst du selber holen, einfach gleich Zeit.
Have another look at that final stone of Baumann.
Sauber.
Whoa, weg.
Sauber.
Weg, weg, weg.
Sauber.
And 4th end, first stone for Gushue. Gushue playing the run back. Just trying to pick out the German stone. Top house. Just waiting for this to curl enough. It gets there in the end. Even nudges their own shot stone a tad closer to the pin. Would end up being a steal of 2 for Canada. So Germany still chasing a score.
Yep. Hard. Hard.
Finally a chance to get a point on the board here in the 5th end. Nose hit by Alexander Baumann, and it's a 5-1 game after 5 ends.
Let's update you with all the games. Here in session 20, the final round robin session, Italy and the Netherlands are tied at 1. Korea with that big 4-point end, giving them a 6-2 lead over Russia. USA leads Switzerland by a score of 3-1. And in our feature game, Canada firmly in control, 5-1 over Germany here from Las Vegas.
Ja, am Sonntag haben wir mal Vierwurz gespielt. Ja, aber es geht in sein Vierwurz. Ja, dann hat er trotzdem 2 angelegt. Abgelehnt. Wir spielen 10 Ends durch, scheißegal, wie es ausgeht. Außer wenn es rechnerisch nicht mehr geht.
TJ docked me for the high one. Damn it, Brad, he had the tap tight, didn't he? He didn't want to. You didn't want to give me a shot.
We weren't sure if you were throwing the high yard first or what.
Well, I like that rotation. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Just wait.
Yeah. That's what Halifax all over again, right?
Halifax all over. Remember that one game?
I played 4. Come on, right?
Let's have a look at the stats at halftime. Go straight to the bottom column. Stolen points. 5 stolen points by the Canadians, and a massive edge in shooting percentage as well, Sander.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that big of a gap in any of the other games so far in the World Championship. And it certainly shows on the scoreboard as well.
Four games in progress here at the Orleans Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. You're live. It's the 3-6-1 World Men's Curling Championship. Curling in the desert, Friday night in Vegas, getting ready for the weekend. It's going to be a big one.
Ja, Curl zu 4. Whoa, whoa.
Final round robin game, playoffs tomorrow.
Dann machst du mal WR,
This
machen 3
Canadian
da.
team will be one of the 6 teams in the playoffs.
Oh, jetzt ist sie abgeräumt.
Germany cannot qualify for the playoffs.
It'll feel rough after they throw some double. Doesn't get much pressure.
Canadians rotating players in tonight, trying to get a bit of rest. They will, they hope, play 2 games tomorrow. Tom Salos, 98%. Came in tonight at lead.
Looks say throw more.
Yeah, I did.
Throw the same.
Oh, I'm wide too. A lot of room right now.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Wait,
Brett's in. Brett's in. Top 4.
Brett's in.
Brett's in.
Little
Just
wide.
full 8. Bite the 4. Yeah, we're both there.
Getting better. Top 4, Brett. Line's getting pretty good.
Tell Tommy boy talk.
Sander, a situation where if the Canadians could close this one out, wrap it up early, get a good night's rest. They do have the morning game tomorrow. Be quite keen to finish this one off early if they could. They've finally got the hammer.
Yeah, for sure, but you can't really think like that because you'll become very impatient out there on the ice. If you're thinking, you know, come on, let's win this one. And you start hoping for mistakes from Germany, but they'll make shots, you'll be disappointed, they'll be frustrated, and then sometimes you'll let your opponent back into the game, and
They'll be thinking deuce then for this end, just like any other end with the hammer. Is that your thought?
Yeah, why not? They've been playing pretty aggressively without hammer, and you know, a 1 and 2 and 3 point lead here, so they'll probably try and score there too if they can.
Line's good. Little tight.
Go ahead.
Whoa, then. Whoa, whoa. You can wait. You can wait.
Don't need to.
Back 8.
Someone's looking intently.
T.
Back button.
Well, I can't be there. Make a choice.
Can't be there. Make a choice, says
Go, Brett.
Gushu.
Go. It's right back here.
Asking the players now to sweep it away from the button area.
Quicker on that side, no? Well, I threw that hard.
Little mistake there from Salas. It's in the rings, undercover, but deep.
Ist ein bisschen schneller wahrscheinlich wieder, oder? Also zu lang.
Daniel Herbert. 85% for the game. Dead even with his tournament average. Very steady player,
Linie ist
Daniel.
schlecht. 7. 6. 7. Linie ist gut. Ja, Linie. 3, 4. Hand! Wow, wow, wow. Oh, ist zu kurz. Wow, wow, wow. Weg. Okay. Okay.
Leg across the face.
What's it doing here? Run straight.
Gushu not fooling around. Center guards don't help him, so now Jeff Walker. Here's a chance to throw a double clear.
Yep, yep.
Hard.
Yep. Hard.
Hard.
Yep, yep. Hard.
Oh, so
My
close.
fault.
My fault, says Gushu. Jeff says, I know, I had it wired. Would have been a big moment for Jeff. Yellowstones belong to the Canadians.
Eins. 2. 2, 3. Wow. Fast gleiche Höhe.
Boah,
Walter and Sherrard.
keine Ahnung. Keine Ahnung. Ja, 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 ja.
Six right in center line.
It's probably coming onto that.
Yeah. Okay. We'll just take the middle two.
Try and hit about a third of this.
Third?
Yeah. Third.
Let's have a live look in at USA Switzerland. USA line 2 after a nice come around draw to the button by Greg Persinger. So tough final stone coming up here by
Hard.
Mark Pfister.
Hard. Hard. Gotta go.
Just to score a single point.
Good.
Da muss er doch jetzt das Gefühl, dass Geist ist. Gelegen ist er glücklicherweise gut.
USA has the force. Will they get the steal?
Give him Manuel and take me out.
Big game. USA trying to keep their playoff hopes alive. Switzerland,
2.
same situation. Win this game, they're in.
Gut, gut.
2.
Gut, die Länge, die Länge,
4. Hänge 8. Hänge 4. Hänge 8. Hänge 8. Hänge 8. Hänge 4.
Rico.
Draufhoppen. Nicht vor der Wand.
Draufhoppen.
Beide.
Draufhoppen.
Need to push the American stone. Oh, very nice shot by Pfister. Just moving the American stone off the button. Single point for the Swiss. They confirm it. USA one up with the hammer. Leading 3-2 after 6. Now let's look in at Korea or Russia.
Yep. Hard. Hard.
Final stone here for
Хорошая линия.
Alexei Timofeyev.
Yes.
Dropped a 4 trying to get back in the game here.
Сип, мужики, сип. Сип очень валит, сип.
Needs a piece of the forefoot.
Да-да-да-да-да-да, сип.
Da 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 da. Say the sweepers, no problem there. It's a 2-point end for the Russians, and they close it up. Korea leading that one 6-4 after 6. Canada leading this one by a 5-1 score.
Come. Okay, good push.
The longest possible guard by the Germans. Manuel Walter.
And the shortest possible throw. 22 meters between the hog lines, 72 feet.
Tough night for Manuel. Hakalant. 88% for the game, solid.
Having to play 2 different positions as well.
That's true. Started the game at second, now he's playing at third, looking for an inside roll. Beauty. Great shot.
See if he ends up skipping the team.
Brad benches himself. Canada's already made their player substitution.
But he could do that. Though. Continue with 3.
It's true.
Good
point. Brave. But could do it. To start the game with 4 players. Alexander Bauman, 43% for the game. That's reflective of the incredibly high degree of difficulty shots he's been throwing, but he's also been a little bit wayward with his draw weight.
Hard! Hard, go!
Need to get this one into the forefoot.
Hard, go!
Not going to make it though.
No.
Comes to rest, biting half in the 8-foot circle, leaving Canada lying 2. Interesting situation for the Canadians now. German stones are pretty threatening there at the top of the 8-foot circle.
You're pretty good. You already got the rock out and everything.
All day, buddy. Give me.
I just hate to stagger it. Like if all I have to do is roll an inch and I stagger it.
If you hit hard in the red, like it hit.
Yeah, I probably quite knows it. You probably what if we just go right here? Then you stagger it, right? Yeah.
Pretty happy Canadian bench tonight.
Yeah. Well, we get to be a little bit past. A little bit past it right there. If the bump it then for shot, we got this, right?
Well, I think, yeah. I think he's going to hit it. And off that.
Yeah.
You will. Yeah, I like it.
Right there.
Okay. She says, let's get one in there.
I don't think it should be too bad.
Tom's path
They can
is
tap.
nice. Should be pretty close.
We get
Not
one
real
half
wide.
around.
It will? Okay.
Takes the tap away. A little bit of risk if he sits in the open, gives Germany an out. You like this call, Sander?
Mine slid really nice here.
The situation when you're 3 up, you're 5 up or 5-1 up.
I'm wider than you.
Usually if Gushu likes a call,
It's a good call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Defending world champion. Knows what he's doing.
It's usually quite fine.
Be okay. Like it looks.
Wouldn't mind hitting the Reds, but
nice. There doesn't look
kind of tough to
frosty.
do.
Yeah, I know.
Where they lie.
You can hit the right-hand stone with the
Honestly,
Reds,
fine.
but
It's just a little wider. So
question for Gushu, does that make it any better?
it's full 4 depth, guys.
Not the hammer. He says, let's go in.
Could try and guard, but it's a little hard to guard the come around and the tap on the Reds. So seems to make sense to just get there first.
Top 4. Lay down late.
Line's
Like
a
to
little
go a
tight.
little.
Line's a little tight, Tom.
We can go.
Line's pretty good. Room.
Biting 4.
Line's good. Right here.
Half 4.
Right here.
You got room.
Room.
Lay down
Lay
late.
down, Tom.
Gotta go. Lay down late.
Sweeper saying they have to go for weight. Don't really want to sweep it for the line.
Whoa.
Comes up just short.
You slide quite like I thought it would.
Yeah, right there again, right?
Slow there.
Yep, fooled the sweepers a bit. Gushu thought it would slide a bit more.
Oh,
Didn't.
yeah. No, I felt that would have been there early in the game for sure. Yeah. I'd say.
Und hier die Verkanten.
Der Tap ist ja der einfachste.
Der da,
Einfach der
Chance
Tap.
for the Germans to tap their own stone up. They've got a few options here, Sander.
Hier hinschieben ist er gut. Ja,
Ja, das
so,
ist
da
ja.
ist er sogar auch gut, oder?
Da ist er
Auf der
perfekt.
Shot.
Clearly.
Dann wird der auch schwer.
Everybody's going for a jab.
Dolly wäre schön. Was meinst du?
Ja.
So?
If we go kind of in the middle, he's got that.
Problem for the Germans is that stone that Gusu just threw. You tap this one forward 2 feet. Gusu just runs his own in on an angle.
Og der er så viel Eis.
Ah,
Eigentlich haben wir kein Spiel. Hä?
Tough night at the office for Mr. Baumann.
Spiel haben wir nicht wirklich.
Okay. Vielleicht minimal mehr, oder?
Seems all night long, everything he's been looking at has been pretty sketchy.
Wir spielen jetzt einfach mal.
I think you don't want to tap this one too far, actually. Just maybe even nibble the forefoot.
Yeah.
You might even roll the shooter a little bit outside. Leave an overlap on the halo. Could take away the run-ins for Canada.
Walter and Sherrard on the brushes. It's across the nose. Pushes this stone deep. And is it too heavy? Yes, it is. It's going to leave Canada lying 2.
Not great communication there. Sure, they had to sweep for line, but if it's too heavy, you know, you're better off catching less of a piece, maybe
half of it.
I'm not sure if it could chisel off that yellow and spin in or not, but
It is, yeah. I don't. A couple more feet. You'll get away with it.
Either way, not a great result for Germany. Might be the last stone coming up.
Could be.
Back 4, back 8, really.
Of the game, I mean.
Yes, indeed. Canada has not scored with the hammer all night. That's because this is the first time they've had the hammer.
Even 6 feet more, Jeff's not going to hurt.
Chance here to score at least 3.
Yeah, that looks like back 12. Back 8,
good.
back 12. Wait on weight.
A lot of weight here.
Back 12.
That's fine. That's fine, guys.
Yep. Back 8. We're okay. Yep. Weight's good.
Yep, weight's good.
Back 8.
Yep. Yep.
Just looking to make the small tap on their own stone. That would cash in a 3.
Back 4.
Very nice.
Never in doubt. 3 points on the board, and Germany is calling it a night. Canada getting it done in 6. Germany said, too good for us tonight, guys. Congratulations. Good luck in the playoffs. Brad Gushue clinches it. 3-point end for the Canadians. Rounding out an 8-1 victory.
Sweat going, eh? Yeah, he's been eating his practice all weekend. Every time he slides in, I'm thinking the drips in his face. I sweat easy. Good job, boys. Good little start towards the weekend, eh?
Just starting to have fun.
Yeah. Just start to get into it.
Sure. Yeah.
Because that was my last international game.
Oh, really?
Yes, I quit.
Congratulations. Yeah, I can get you one. Not a problem.
And I played 233 games.
Oh, wow.
Too many.
That's a lot. That's a lot. Yeah, sure. When we go in the locker room, I'll switch one out.
Thank you.
Mark?
Oh, was that Daniel Herberg just announcing his retirement, I wonder? Asking for a trade of shirts with Brad Gushue as a memory of his potentially last World Championship, at least at this level. I'll be shortly moving on to a different game. I'll have our look at Russia and Korea. A couple of important games still out there. Bit of a must-win for Russia to have a chance. Currently it's Korea and Switzerland sitting at 6-5. While Russia and USA are sitting at 5-6. And those are the 4 teams battling it out for the last 2 spots in the playoffs. As we already see, Sweden, Scotland, Canada and Norway are through. I believe with a win for Korea, they could even move ahead of Norway. and get hammer for their semi-final. So some extra incentive as the crowds are just giving a standing ovation for Team Canada making their way out of the Orleans Arena, finishing the round robin with 9 wins, 3 losses. They'll be ranked number 3. And they'll have to play in the one of the 2 quarterfinals tomorrow. Not sure who they'll play yet. It all really depends on these last couple of games out there.
치면 무조건 컴아웃 할 건데 우리가 먼저 컴아웃 하는 겁니다. 그러니까 그건 너무 억울하잖아.
형! 하고! 실수해서 2점 따면 게임 끝나!
We're in the 7th end. 6-4 lead for Korea. There's a corner guard in play, but quite sure Korea would quite like to blank this end, retain that 2-point lead, and the last on advantage, carry it over into the 8th end. Try and maybe just roll out in the open, and they have done that very nicely. Makes it incredibly hard for Russia, or impossible rather, to make the hit and roll towards or underneath that corner guard. Not a lot of rings to roll to. Looking very cheery, Team Russia, although this is an extremely important game for them. Still taking their time to enjoy it. Most likely just looking for the nose hit. But we'll just roll out. So down to the last stone of this 7th end, and Kim Chang-min will be able to just throw it through the rings and get the blank. So it is a blank end. Still 6-4. Korea playing Russia after 7 ends.
센터 싸움 들어가야 됩니다.
Теперь нам надо играть. Сейчас я не могу вывести загар на -2, и все, игра закончена.
Просто точно нет.
Из-под такого гарда он либо там вылетит, либо там не дойдет, а он его достанет.
Eighth end is underway. We've just moved on over to watch Russia take on Korea after the Canada-Germany game concluded a bit early. And this will be a very important end for both the teams here. Eighth end, Russia. You probably see them throw 2 center guards here and try and steal 2 down. Can't afford to see Korea blank at least. Need to force the play.
Leaky puck.
Yep. Hard. Keep on line. 세연아 가.
Nice play by both the leads tonight. Lima, hard to improve on that.
Личная линия. Много линий.
Хороший вес.
Много линий.
4. 24, 25. Сам вес, сам.
Я даже меньше поставил, я не знаю.
Comes a little too deep here. And that second center guard not perfectly online as well. Definitely a chance to make a double takeout on those. But for now they can't. We'll have to wait one more.
네네 세연아.
Yep. Yep. 웨이트 와줘. Yep. Yep. 많이 좋아. 웨이트만. 워.
세연아 워.
Want the stone to stay as far forward as possible. Slides behind the tee.
Он пятак за стоит. За ти стоит. 2.
Korea would love to score a pair in this end. What goes up?
Приз вроде похож. Вроде норма вес.
Дип.
Follow that one down.
Дип. Линия.
Вес надо
Дип.
тоже. Сип.
Дип.
Воу.
Sends over curling. Well, now Sander, your Korea. Playbook says clear the guards, but you're lying too buried. Still playing it though.
I think so. So many stones to go. You know, it's tempting. You think, all right, let's come around or guard again, but you know, then your opponent makes a shot or two and you're in trouble. Very, very often. You end up in trouble that you didn't want. All you need to do is look back and see, aha, we didn't peel the guard when we could.
Kim Min Chan does clear the guard.
I believe that most curlers have been burnt once or twice.
So tempting. Seen a big night by Kim Min Chan. Huge edge in statistical terms over Razavov at the second stone position.
Пока широко.
Yeah, so Korea will
Делай вес.
alternate a little bit. They got a 5-man team basically. Pretty good to bring the guy off the bench to play in the high 90s.
Just bumping the other center guard. 3 Russian stones in front of the rings now. Kim Chang-min says, I think we can get all of them.
좋아하는
Team coming down for a bit of a
우리가
chat.
축구하기로 했잖아, 여기서.
이게 더 쉬울 것 같은데. 그냥 옆으로 떼게 맞으면.
오케이.
이건 민철이 두껍게 맞추면 안 나가니까. 이게 더 쉬울 것 같아.
두껍지만 하면 돼. 민차 두껍지만 하면 돼.
Chen
반만
patiently
맞으면
waiting
돼.
for the call.
Yeah, everyone but the guy throwing it, discussing what to do.
Right, let me know what you agree. I'll just throw it.
Thanks to
얇은 반.
a double takeout on the two reds to the right.
Not laying a brush to it yet.
세현아 가, 세현아 가, 세현아 가.
나이스.
Oh, very nice. Spinning the Russian stone through the rings. Opens up that center line.
Дро за наш гард. Не нравится? За наш? Да. Ну что он будет делать? Гард снимет. Мы тогда ударим и фриз привезем. А? Зачем? Ну что ты хочешь под один удар поставить? Да, я хочу сюда.
Didn't look entirely sold by that.
Дроп от нас будет хуже. Смысл его ставить? Он все равно гард будет снимать. И что? А мы подвоз.
Finally saying, okay, I'll throw it. Is the guard center?
Yeah, I think so.
Делай вес. Линия будет, делай вес. Делай вес. Линия.
Maybe making the move now to come around the top yellow. Freeze the back one.
Давай, 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 давай. Фик. Давай, давай, давай.
It's coming into the rings, but is he by the top stone? No, he's not. Just going to graze it.
Хорош.
So close. 77%. Seong Se-hyun. He's having a game.
Yeah, I think they've come to play tonight.
세현아 컨트롤.
Not like you need any more motivation. When you arrive at the rink tonight, you say, we win this game. We are in the playoffs. Good time to have a good game. This Korean team represented their home nation at the recent Pyeongchang Winter Olympics.
빼. 기봉아 가. 많이 가. 더.
Rolls it away to the wing. Sung Se-hyung. Really intense on the ice.
Линии мало.
Sergei Glukov.
Делай вес. Воу. Шире пока. Линия будет. Будет линия. Сип. Что по весу? Сип. Воу.
Make another try to freeze the stone on the button.
Давай. Сип. Давай.
By the top stone this time. Nice shot. It's biting the button. Russia is shot rock. Very short run for Korea.
이쪽까지는 맞아도 돼. 이쪽은 안 돼. 노즈.
세현아 피해.
컨트롤이나. 프리즈 들어오니까 얘가 살짝 그냥 이게 나.
Seung Se-hyun.
가자. 컨트롤.
Just agreeing the weight they want to play. It's always going to be a play on the front stone. Just a question of how hard you want to hit it.
컨트롤 맞지?
컨트롤.
Control weight, says Kim Chang-min. Seung taking an extra moment to line this one up. He knows this is a big shot in this game. Leaky Buck trying to hold line straight on the inside sweep. Have they got the nose? Oh, great brushing there by Lee Ki-bok. Korea lies 4. Think he wants this one? Great shot. Fist pump there. Korea does have the hammer here in the 8th. So now Alexei Timofeyev.
Хорошая линия. Линия норма. Цик. Делай вес, линия будет. Чуть шире. Можно ждать. Делай вес. Цик.
Freeze the Korean stone in the back of the button. Great weight. Just a fraction wide with the line. Leaves it in an interesting place though, Sander. It's going to be tough for the Koreans to wedge this one out by going straight at it. So they are looking at the run back, aren't they?
Yeah, I think it's probably the easier shot here. Almost make it off your own as well. Just hit it anything from a hair high side to an inch or two.
There's this 4th stones comparison. Kim Chang-min with a slight edge over Alexei Timofeyev. Good shot here. Hit it just marginally on the brush side of the nose of the front stone. Once again, Lee Ki-bok on the inside sweep, trying to hold it straight. Oh, just over curls, leaving the Russians lying 1 on the button. Kim Chang-min needed to be on the nose, just fraction across it, catches the top stone thick.
Чуть-чуть, да. Так. Дай побольше.
Russia still in some danger. Lots of Korean stones to run in. Good chance now to try and set up a steal. Russia with just under 14 minutes of their thinking time remaining. Lots of time for both teams. Where do you throw this one, Sander?
I think maybe they'll be corner freezing the inside of the stone at the 2 o'clock position of the red forfeit. Would take away the run back. Don't think you can get to the red stone directly. Oh, somewhere in there will certainly help.
Timofeyev sends it on its way.
Actually, just throw the straight guard.
6,5. Артур, цып! Цып! Цып, Артур! Цып! Oh, oh.
I thought they would maybe attempt to.
Has it overcurled? Timofeyev. No, it can only wait. It's taken away the direct path to the run back, that's for sure.
I thought it was a little tempting to bring another stone in.
One Russian stone pretty lonely in there. Lee Ki-bok saying, can we run the red onto red?
I think we'll opt safer to go red, yellow, red.
Across the top of the yellow in the top 12. Top 8 foot.
Potentially.
Sure hate to drop a 2 here after building this end up so nicely. You've got a 6-4 lead. Last thing in the world you want to do is give up a steal of 2.
Yeah, I don't think you want to play any shot that could give up a 2 here. So the question is, can you give up 2 points by running the corner guard in?
Potentially you could. You could slam it right on the stone at the back of the button.
You'd be unlucky to do so.
Very unlucky to do so, but it's possible.
If you jam it on the red, that's only one. I think it's pretty safe to give it a go.
In case of absolute disaster, you still have the hammer tied, playing 9. Got a chance to potentially win the game here if you could clip the Russian stone off the button and spring it out, score 4. That would be lights out.
Well, I don't think we're surprised to see him go for it.
No. Of any team in the field, if there's a chance for a big end, Kim Chang-min will have a go at it. He's in the right place. We're in Las Vegas. A little gambling happens around here. And a bit of a gamble. A calculated one, though. Korea now trying to score a big end by running in their opponent's stone into that forfeit area.
His ticket to the quarterfinal right here.
Have they got it? Yes, they do. It's going to be 3 for Korea. Great shot. Kim Chang-min does it again.
That is good.
And Russia concede defeat. That is the game-winning shot. Wow. Let's look at it again. Fantastic. Great line read by Seong. Clips the Russian stone, loses their back one, but they don't care. That's plenty. Kim Chang-min, he knows. We're going to the playoffs. Fantastic result. The love heart shown there by Sung Se-hyung. Final score, Korea. 9-4 winners over Russia. Disappointment for Alexei Timofeyev. They really gave them a game, but wow, what a final shot. Incredible. They're entertaining. Whoever they face tomorrow better have their A game. I know there are going to be rocks in play. It's always exciting with Kim Chang-min.
Same weight.
Now we jump over and have a look at
998.
Switzerland,
Same
USA.
weight? Okay. You got this, Greg. I'll hold it for you. Should be pretty straight here.
Greg Persinger.
I like it.
Last stone coming up. He's facing 2 Swiss stones.
Little soft.
Yes.
Yep.
Hard. Hard, Phil. Whoa.
Whoa, says Persinger. Yes, says Rohonen.
Off it. Well, we're good. We're good.
No panic. Right on the nose. Single point for the USA. That gives them a 4-2 lead. Good game for both teams as well.
I don't think you can hurt it. We got it.
So now we pick it up live.
Gotta go.
USA, Switzerland.
Wow. It just died. Holy crap.
Simon Gempler.
Nice quick.
Start a canoe out. Quick rush today.
Less. Only 5 more feet.
Philip Tilker.
Same way.
Let it curl. Let it curl.
How much?
Let it curl.
Half the curl. Whoa.
The USA riding a hot winning streak, trying to bring it home for their hometown fans in Las Vegas.
Bump it at a little angle isn't bad. Okay.
It's okay.
That's all right.
Das ist nicht so gut gelaufen.
Aber gaan näher, oder?
Zwei.
2 bis 3.
2, 3.
Länge ist sehr gut. Und 3. Das ist etwa da. Ein bisschen nachher.
Spitzenwinkel machen. Nein. Nein, soll nur den abschießen.
Another guard. Let's take a quick look at Netherlands, Italy. Netherlands holding a 4-2 lead. Final stone here for Van Dorp.
Oh, yep.
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 Hard line.
Yep.
Hard.
Yep.
Hard.
Lead. Oh.
Whoa.
Oh.
Whoa.
Oh. Gordo. Yep.
Trying to tap his own forward.
Yep. Go.
Close, but not quite. It's a steal of a single point for the Italians, and they close it up 4-3.
Okay, go. Okay. Okay, go.
USA clears the corner guard. Rafael Merki.
Doe snel kleden. Met kruis, doe snel kleden. Wow. Linie goed. Linie zeer goed. Ja, 3 bis 12. 15 low. Okay, ja.
So Sander Rovag's been studying the playoff possibilities after that Korean victory. And Sander, what does this all mean?
Well, it looks like the winner of this game will go to the playoffs and the loser will not.
Wow.
Does look like if Switzerland wins, it'll be pretty huge for them. They'll be bumped up to 4th place, which means they would play Korea in the quarterfinal. Actually put Norway down in 6th place to play Canada.
Wow.
So Norway might be interested in this outcome as well. And I believe if USA wins, they will play Canada.
Who they defeated in the round robin.
Yes, and then it'll be Korea and Norway in the other quarterfinal. Only unofficial, always, but that is what it looks like.
Okay.
Well, what's for sure is the winner will go through.
So can the USA, after having such a horrific string of losses early in the round robin, come all the way back, get themselves into the playoffs? They're on the brink.
Wie lang geht's genau? Enge 4. T-Light. Yep. 4. 4 kämpfen. Wow. Wow. Rot über den. Okay.
Yeah, I believe they're 1-6.
Yes, they were.
Won 4 straight games. It could be,
Peel it out.
you know, very
That's fine.
reminiscent of the Schuster run on the Olympics.
This, we're going to leave him a pocket.
Very
Peel it out.
Schusternian.
Do it. So tricky. Remember, too, there's only 4 rocks left.
I think we're over.
I think we just peel it out. Sounds
Okay.
good.
Fernand likes it.
That was one of the options we considered.
Otherwise, we'll leave a pocket of some sort.
That's exactly what Colin said.
Yeah, you know as you leave a dead pocket, so.
Half stone, perfect.
Get rid of her.
USA know they're close. Just need to contain their emotions here to close this game out.
Yeah, they're quite talkative, the whole team. And I think when you're getting close to a playoff spot, last couple of ends, important calls, that's when have the tendency to maybe talk too much. Everyone needs to chip in.
Yep, a little bit. Okay.
Just wanted to peel it out, says Richard Honan. Makes it. Switzerland trying to do whatever they can to generate their pair. They've got a corner guard, but those two American stones will have to deal with them sometime. Mark Pfister says, let's go around the corner right now.
Whoa! Whoa! Yes! Yes! Whoa!
Enrico Pfister.
Linie, Trillo. Linie gut. Linie ist gut. Zielei. Enge 4. Linie ist sehr gut. Enge 4. Enge 4 ist gut. Enge 4 muss er haben. Enge 4 brauchst du. Wow, wow. Zielei. Kempi. Zielei. Ja, Finger danach. Ja. Home.
Trying to bury it. Nice shot there by Enrico Pfister. Here's a look at the standings. That does confirm for us Sweden and Scotland level at top. They go straight through to the semis. Canada have qualified, Korea have qualified, Norway have qualified. USA, Switzerland. The USA win would put them to 6-6. Tied with the Swiss, but the US would go through on the head-to-head record.
That is correct. No tiebreakers anymore.
This game, in fact, is the tiebreaker now.
That's a good way of thinking about it.
Yep. Whoa! Not too thin. Whoa!
Huge weight.
Oh, contact?
Yes, contact.
That's still okay.
That's all right.
Kept the angle. That's fine. He can make it now, but that's fine. That's fine.
Sorry, good throw.
Yeah.
It just...
He jumped.
Well, I said yeah,
okay, right.
and then but I was like, whoa.
I threw it pretty hard.
Yep.
Yes, he did. He threw it mighty hard.
Vliegli man. Yep.
Switzerland, they're not going to make a play on the American stone.
Yep. Nu naar hand. Nu naar hand. Versnellen. Nu naar hand. Achtung. Nu naar hoog. Achtung. Ja. Nu naar hoog. Ja.
Looking for a little roll. And oh, very nice shot by Pfister. And that's a beauty.
We just peel it, right? Or do we roll that to the middle?
Probably, if we roll in, he might have a harder time making that.
Gotta lay two right here.
Okay.
The only thing is he can roll behind then.
Gets himself three-quarter
I
frozen
still
on the
like
American
normal
shot.
though.
But if he rolls a little too far, we might have a double.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
That sets up the two. The Americans are going to play the open
Normal.
shot. Greg Persinger. The Alaskan.
9.
Close.
Clean.
Close still. Whoa.
Close.
Whoa. Yep. Yes. Gotta go.
Need to keep this stone in the rings.
Watch the roll.
Hard.
Watch the
Just a
roll.
little roll. No, that's good.
Good. Really good.
Rolls to the back of the 4-foot, leaving the USA line 2. Let's look in at Italy, Netherlands. 2 Italian stones in the 4-foot circle. Center guard up as well. Another tough final stone for Jaap van Dorp. Gave up a steal in the previous end.
Lijn is goed. Oké, alleen lengte. T-line, kult weinig. Kult nu. Alleen lengte, T-line. Rustig aan, ziet er heel hard uit.
He's a good piece of the button. Let's stop. Mosan are out to sweep. No, this one is going to sail through. It's going to be a steal of 2 for the Italians. And they go into the lead. It's 5-4.
Timeout.
Timeout being called by Switzerland.
Timeout.
Staat erop.
Vriezen, schaf het nu.
Vries daar al.
Je moet staan.
That nice inside roll by Persinger, making this a tough choice for the Swiss center.
Ich muss hoffen, dass er verspritzt.
Ja, genau.
Ja, das ist noch zu nichts. Da ging der da.
Ja, wenn wir so
Und hier, wo der nicht macht, das ist die
rauswickeln.
Chance.
Ja, nein,
Robert Hurlman making his way to the
Was ist, wenn ich den nehme und hier rauswickle? Hier in 12 Fuß raus.
Auch nicht schlecht. Dann muss er sich
Wenn er
überlegen,
Wut
ob er
hat,
den
dann lädt er daher.
abschießt.
Da. Ja, das ist sicher da.
Ganz Spielstange hat er das nicht.
Das ist ja.
Fehler.
Aber er kann hier um mich abschießen, schon mehr besser, als wenn du
Nein,
nicht
das ist natürlich hier rauswickeln.
Ja, aber das ist noch
Aus dem 8 Fuß raus.
Tappen, hä?
Aber aha.
Wir hoffen, dass er...
Möglichst gerade, oder? Dass er ihn nicht ganz sieht. Wenn es geht, ja.
Ja. Einfach den hier, daher tappen.
Ja, aus dem 8 Fuß raus.
Ja.
Aber hier.
Es kommt schon für gerade Längzellen gerade Gemper.
Ja,
wenn ich
ja,
ihn
das
gerade
kann
habe,
schon
sieht er ihn nicht
Ja, da
ganz.
musst du kommst du noch mal hin.
Dann muss er nicht den frei spielen. Wenn er den nicht bringt, machen wir vielleicht 3.
Maximum Backline.
Hey, gut.
Ja.
Ja.
Aber dann muss er die Hände. Oder ja, da.
Willst du eingeben?
Ja, was schon fast. Ja.
Denk das.
So dilemma, do you freeze the American stone, knowing that Persinger will just follow you down? Sounds like they want to push the American stone in the back 4 foot, back in the rings far enough to be 4th shot.
That's what I figured as well. Try and bring that redstone top 8 into play. Can even afford to tap this bet on the hair on the high side, really. Leave it as a backing.
Formula very simple for both of these teams. They'll have likely eyed up the playoff scenarios as well, so they will likely know winner of this game survives, goes on to the playoffs.
Backline!
Backline!
Warte.
So,
Backline
Hänge
ist
2!
gut! Hänge 2!
Achtung!
Länge ist
Hänge 2!
Ja!
Hänge auf!
Must get by the top stone. Clips it.
Boy, we can make this really good. Right there.
Americans jumping on
I
this
like
one
the
like
same
a
weight.
hungry dog on a steak.
Than to overroll.
Dat moet unbedingt voorbij.
Overroll, you get the triple.
10.5.
You roll the right here.
Yeah.
you-
Yeah.
We want to be half.
Roll out.
Okay.
He plays for one.
Right.
Throw this well. And if he knows he has no double.
You like the same weight?
10.5, or you want 9.5?
Okay.
I like 9.5.
That's what we like.
It's getting
We get a
little
fatter
nasty in
roll.
here. I don't want to fuck
Okay,
around with
steeper.
the soft weight.
Hey, watch the F-bomb.
Oh, sorry.
Kiddo. There's kids watching.
Public service message. Persinger
Weight's good.
Yep. Gotta go.
on it immediately.
Gotta go. Whoa.
Now they're calling him off.
Yep. Whoa. Yep. Yes. Hard.
Looking for a tiny inside roll.
Pretty good there.
Great throw. Friday throw.
I didn't want to mess up from way back there.
I know.
That stone rolls another quarter of a rock. Pfister's got nothing. As it is, tough shot here. Needs to squeak the guard that he just wrecked on. Needs to get to the nose of the American rock so he can push it back to score. Knows that if he drops a steal here, could be lights out. Here we go. Final stone, 9th end. Mark Pfister of Switzerland.
Hängen 4, häng hoch. Klein länger. Häng hoch. Warte. Häng hoch. Klein länger, hè. Häng hoch. Oh. Häng hoch. Achtung, ist gut. Sicher, häng hoch. Ja. Häng hoch. Oh. Oh, Trello. Oh, oh, oh. Häng hoch. Trello.
Well, has he pushed it far enough?
Pasmasse. Ist nicht der an.
They're going to call for a measure.
It looks red to me.
It's close, Sander. It's really close. I think it might be yellow. Side bets, anybody? We're in Vegas. Americans like it. They think they've got one. Worst case, even if they lose the measure, they're going to have last rock one up in the 10th.
Remember, I guessed a measure to the decimal earlier today, so
that's true.
I have a keen eye.
You do have a keen eye. Your eyes are younger than mine. What do you think, folks, watching at home? Yellow or red? If it's yellow, USA will steal and take a 3-point lead into the 10th end. If it's red, Switzerland will score one, close it up to 4-3, one down without hammer.
One red's better for the game. As a neutral fan.
Let's watch the needle. In the third. It's yellow. Hansa's eyes win that one. Stolen point for the USA. Huge. After 9, USA 5, Switzerland 2. Here we go, folks. Friday night in Las Vegas, Nevada, and the home team is on the cusp of qualifying and completing a massive comeback in this tournament to qualify for the playoff phase. Stealing a point in the 9th. We are live at the 361 World Men's Curling Championship. Extended coverage. We're picking up this now crucial final game of the round-robin phase between Switzerland and the USA. Huge single-point steal in the 9th end, giving the US a 3-point lead playing the 10th. Will it be the final end? Switzerland has to score a 3 to force extra end action. Hans Ramab here with Sander Rolvag. Sander, eerily similar to the Olympic scenario for the Americans. Got themselves in the hole in the round robin, got on a winning streak, including a win over the Canadians. Tilker throwing his second stone through, and can Richard Honan and company hold it together in the 10th, do you think? We'll take a quick look here. Tilker's, oh, good thing I'm throwing it through. Good speed correction there.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, give up 3. It's almost hard to do. But of course, one miss on a guard here. Switzerland has something going. But even if you give up 3 on a hammer coming home, statistically, it's a huge advantage, USA.
So that measure came down to that for the stolen point decision, but the USA got the edge. Richard Honan running up a double clear. Colin Huffman at the other end saying, we don't need to clear both of them, Rich, we're up 3, just play the single clear.
Yep. Yep, okay, good, good.
Colin Huffman loves throwing these shots. Big weight clears. Countdown is on for Team USA. Wouldn't the hometown fans love to see their team into the playoffs for the weekend? Raphael Merky.
Linie ist gut, nochmal Länge. 3. Linie ist sehr gut. Ist gut. Alt versaut. Gut, Trillo. Gut.
Switzerland doing what they can. 2 corner guards up. 6:30 and counting on the time clock. Plenty of time for both teams. No problem there. Huffman.
Yep, yeah. Gotta go.
Tilker on the inside sweep, trying to hold the line.
Right to it, you got it.
Okay.
Good sweep by Tilker.
Real tight.
Corner guard's gone.
I like staying out there because it feels, the ice feels way better. It runs nice.
Colin will always tell you what he's feeling.
3 bis 12. Net 3. Hij zal nog een bremsen. Alt versaut.
See in the eyes of the Swiss.
Niet zo slecht, hoor.
They're trying, but they know they are in a world of trouble.
Goed, 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 Trillo.
USA just trying to keep their composure. 3 more clears. You're all the way to the finish line, but you got to make them. It's Rich Ruhonen, U.S. skip, who throws 3rd stones.
Yep. Whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa. You're good, you're good, you're good.
They like it. There goes another guard.
T-line hängen 4 is goed. Okay.
4 stones to come for Switzerland. 3 of them need to be in the rings and scoring to force an extra 10. It's Enrico Pfister is going to draw around the corner guard.
Linie. Vorne 4. T-line. Linie. Er steht so lang aus. Vorne 4. Linie. Vorne 4. Ja, ja, Linie kämpft. Bis vorne 4.
It's going to be tight to the guard. Just by it. Nice shot. Leaves it high in the house. It means he could duck another one behind it as well. Very good shot. Let's take another look. Italy, Netherlands. It's been a scramble. The Italians have been hot late in the going. Once again, Jaap van Dorp facing a pile. Rich Ruhonen, keep an eye on that clearing shot as well. Van Dorp threads the needle. Single point there, and Ruhonen clears the guard. Success on both sides of the screen. Tied up at 5, Italy, Netherlands.
Okay. No matter what, as long as you don't hit those.
So close for the Americans, they can taste it. A place in the playoffs. And Rico Pfister.
Linie is gelijk, Jan. Linie is goed. Goed, goed. Ja, bis 2, ja. Hey, 2. Linie komt goed. 2, bis 2. Ees. Nog maar eens. Bis 2. Eis la, eis la. Sehr hoffen, dass knapp vorbeigeht, weißt du. Fast nasser.
One last guard. Everything else has to come into the rings now. Greg Persinger with the key shot of the end.
Didn't like that last comment from Rich Ruhonen to Persinger, saying, as long as you don't hit nose.
Right. Put that thought firmly in his head, right?
Well,
You always want to leave a positive thought as opposed to a negative thought on your last comment.
boy.
No problem there for Persinger, though. Clears it, so it's going to be an open hit for the win for the USA, one way or the other. One more, says Team USA. They can do the math. Trying to run Switzerland out of rocks. Pfister, where do you put it? Can't hide it. No guards. Persinger just waiting. He knows I'm going to have an open hit. What an amazing run for Team USA. Dead and buried, 1-6, tournament over. Can they now complete their 5-game winning streak and grab that precious final playoff spot? Mark Pfister has to be in the rings.
Hier is goed, Eli. Lang is goed. Hier. Nog koud. Goed. That's our mark.
Well, center, here we go.
Yeah, make your pick.
Heel.
Pfister can only wait. He knows.
Throwing 7.5, Gregory.
Front end just doing some cleaning.
Persinger just trying to keep in the moment. Just throw it clean, he's thinking.
Yep.
Dust.
Dust it, dust it, dust it, dust it, dust it.
Crowd likes it. Huffman likes it. Brooms are in the air. USA are going to the playoffs. Final score, USA 5, Switzerland 3. And listen to the crowd. 5 in a row, says Ruhonen. More cowbell indeed. That is a happy group of Americans. What a turnaround, Sander. What a turnaround.
Yep, and you can only think what kind of momentum they are going to take into that game tomorrow.
They'll be walking on clouds. Amazing. Let's take a look at the final game remaining in the round robin. All the other games have concluded. Fitting that this one is also going to come right down to the end. Games tied at 5. No playoff play at stake in this one, but both teams will want to be finishing their tournament on a positive note. Italians have got last rock. They're playing the Red Stones. Walter Huysens, third player for the Netherlands. The arena is still buzzing with that remarkable victory by the USA. They needed things to fall into place for them tonight, and they did. Korea knocked over the Russians to clinch a playoff spot. That meant that Switzerland-USA was effectively a tiebreaker game, and the U.S. came out on top.
Yep, should mean that USA will play Canada. Norway plays Korea in the 2 quarterfinals.
And we will remind you that the USA defeated Brad Gouche's Canadian team in the round robin. So what a game that's going to be tomorrow morning.
I believe USA are on a 3-game win streak against Canada. 2 games at the Olympics as well.
That's true if you're looking at it that way. Exactly right, Sander. Joel Retornis. Italian skip throws third stones, trying to clear some stones from the front, but whoa, boy, oh boy. Just snicked that Dutch stone out of the rings. That could have been a bit nervous. 2 stones in the 12th, but I'm not entirely sure who's shot. Probably won't decide it, but you never know. Yep, Bundorp. Struggled a bit on his draws tonight.
Ja, gewoon top 4 lengte.
Friday night in Las Vegas, you're doing extended coverage. We are live at the 361 World Men's Curling Championship. Last round robin draw tonight. Tomorrow we are on to the playoffs.
Olij nog. Olij. Laurens voor. Top 4. Laurens voor. Laurens voor. Oké. Helemaal niks. Ja, laat hem
The
maar.
red Italian stone was shot, but now the Dutch stone is closer. Half the 8 foot. And here is a look at the final stages. Sweden and Scotland have advanced directly to the semi-final by virtue of finishing first and second. Qualification 3 versus 6 is Canada versus the United States. Qualification 4 versus 5 is Korea versus Norway. The winners of the qualification games will play Sweden and Scotland in the semis. Winners will go on to the gold medal game. Almost Mosaner. Having a solid game. 23 years old. He's got a real future in this game.
Wow. Wow.
This one's going to be a bit deep. Sweeper's not going anywhere near it. Oh my goodness, this one's going to slide through the rings. That'll raise your heart rate a little bit if you're an Italian fan. They've got the hammer, but just made their life a little bit more difficult.
Is vol 8, half en 8 goed. Mars is iets korter. Ja, bijtand is goed genoeg.
Yep, Lundorp. He's going to try to draw this one in the front of the 8-foot circle. You see the brush there by Hissens. That's where they want it to come to rest. Trying to force Mosaner into a tough final stone draw.
Niet zo dat.
To end the round robin here at the World Men's. The last game in action. It's been a long week, Sander, but it's going to be an interesting playoff.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. We'll have 6 pretty interesting games. 2 quarters, 2 semis, and 2 medal games. Gotta love knockout games.
Yep, door dan. Back 12. Back 4 dan. Back 4. Back 4. Back 4. Back 8 is
Would
goed.
end up in 10th place, Netherlands with a loss. I believe we jump up to 8th with a win.
Yep, H door, H door. Go,
Looks a bit better.
Stone comes to rest in the back of the 4-foot. Mosaner puts down his brush immediately. The Netherlands have done what they can do. They're lying 2. Mosaner has to hit and stick for the win.
Usually prefers the hit.
He generally does, you're right. Loves playing hits.
That's how he booked Italy's ticket to the Olympics, was an in-off double.
Which was a thing of beauty if you ever want to watch a celebration. Find yourself the video of that shot, but here is the final stone of the game on its way. Amos Mosana.
Hit. Whoa. Clean. Hit. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah. Clean, clean.
Clean is a lovely word to hear on a takeout. Usually means you're right on it. There it is. Nose hit. Round robin is all in the books. Italy with a final stone single point to clinch a 6-5 victory over the Netherlands. Smiles on the Italians' faces. No playoffs this year, but a nice way to end the tournament. Joel Retornis.
Well, we'll just go back and have a look at some of the highlights from that Germany-Canada game, which ended a bit early.
Team Sweden.
Third end, it is Alexander Baumann facing a couple of Canadian counters, already down by 2. Looking for this angled run. Catches it in a pretty good spot, just not enough weight to move both halos. Another steal for Canada. Would finally have a chance to score in the 5th end after giving up steals 4 ends in a row. Makes the nose hit, puts a point up on the board before halftime. Still down 5-1. As they came back in the 6th end, it was Brad Gushue, skip of Canada, with a chance to play a tap up to pick up 3 points. First end with hammer all game. And Canada certainly made good use of it. Nice tap by Gushue. 3 points on the board. And that was enough for Team Germany. Win for Canada. 8-1 final score.
Let's look at the rounding out of the session 20 matches. Italy 6-5 winners over the Netherlands. Korea clinching their playoff spot with a 9-4 victory over Russia. USA clinching their ticket to the playoffs with a 5-3 win over Switzerland. And Canada 8-1 over Germany. And here are the standings. Letter Q tells us the teams in the playoffs. Sweden, Scotland at 11-1. They go straight to the semis. Canada, Korea, Norway, and the United States have also qualified for the playoffs. Switzerland, Italy, Russia, Netherlands, Japan, China, and Germany round out the standings at the end of the round-robin phase of the 3-6-1 World Men's Curling Championships. And this is where it's all happening tomorrow, the final stages. Semi-final, Sweden, Scotland directly advance. Canada faces USA. Switzerland takes on Korea in the 4-5 game. The winner of those qualification games will go on to the semifinals. The winner of the semis go on to the gold medal match. It's going to be exciting. Stay with us for the weekend action at the playoffs here at the 3-6-1 World Men's Curling Championship. Brad, Germany had the hammer in the first end, but you put on a stealing clinic, stealing 4 ends in a row. What did that feel like?
That was a good game. I thought we went out and executed our game plan. I wanted to keep things interesting, put some rocks into play, and the game didn't mean a whole lot, but I wanted to make sure we kept our draw weight and played some difficult shots.
And you got a chance to get everybody in the lineup tonight, rest some of the guys for tomorrow. What did you think about the players playing at different spots tonight?
Yeah, it was a little bit of fun. They got to play some different shots and play some different positions, but the key thing was just to get a little bit of rest, to give Jeff a few ends and Mark a few ends. And, you know, if we had another player in the lineup, I would have got a few ends as well. But, yeah, it was fun. It was fun to get Tom in the lineup. We've had a lot of tight games this week and haven't really had a chance to get him in, so it was nice for him to get an opportunity out there.
Playoffs tomorrow. You've got the morning game, and you're going to get yourself a good rest tonight and come back in strong tomorrow?
Yeah, certainly. You know, it's nice to finish this game off early and get an extra hour really of rest. And tomorrow's going to be big game, do or die. So not sure who we play yet, but you know, we're going to be ready, well rested, and looking forward to it.
Good luck tomorrow, Brad.
Thanks.
That'll do it. It's been a fantastic evening's curling from Las Vegas. On behalf of our production team, Sandra Rovak, I'm Hans Frellem. Good night from Las Vegas.
What? Whoa, whoa!